Hey everyone, this is Ross, and this is a general update on all of the tanks. So the first tank I thought I'd show you is this one. It's actually the old fighting fish tank from the shelf over there, and I wasn't putting it to any use. And every 2 weeks or so I'd have to give this Riccia Fluitans a trim before it got out of control. So all the cuttings that I took from it were actually all still alive. I used to just throw them out, but I decided just to fill this up with tap water, nothing special, and put it in, and this has been going about 2 or 3 weeks now, and I've got quite a lot of it. And I'm just thinking about growing, just letting it float on the surface, completely cover the surface of this tank, and maybe make this a small shrimp tank. Maybe get some red cherry shrimp, something like that, and just have them kind of like grazing on this. I think it's a really attractive plant, and it's probably the fastest growing plant I've had. Either this or stargrass. So I'm really happy with this plant, and yeah, so that's just my little Riccia Fluitans tank. Nothing special, no CO2, no liquid fertilizers, just a whole water change every week. There's a bit of algae growing in the bottom, but that's nothing really to worry about. So if you've got some spare Riccia Fluitans, just have it by the window and it'll go crazy. So that's doing well. Onto the 33 gallon. I think Fabian Hansky, I think that's how you say the username, wanted to see the leaves of this Indian red lily on the surface. I didn't show you last time because I'd actually cut them off. But they said they wanted to actually see them on the surface, so I'll just take this off here. So there we go, there's one leaf on the surface. It's got quite a shiny finish to it. It's very waxy, so that if I did push it underwater, it would dry off straight away. And yeah, this plant's got a good aerial advantage now. It's getting lots of CO2 from the atmosphere, but I like to trim off the leaves that hit the surface. Because once the plant hits the surface, it often just sends up leaves straight to the surface, and I like how they look underwater. A bit of bad news on this tank. The apistogramma I haven't actually seen in 3 days, so that's not a good sign. I've looked everywhere in the tank, but today I'm actually going to move the driftwood because that's where I think it might be. I'm going to have a proper look behind the filter as well, but I just can't see it. It might have jumped out on the last water change, but I definitely haven't seen it over the last 3 days. So I'm not feeling very good about that. It just feels horrible when you know a fish in your tank's probably dead. So yeah, today I'm just going to get my hands in, have a look for it, and I'll report back to you on how it died, if there's any spots on its body or anything like that. But it was really unexpected, because all the fish in this tank seem to be doing really well. As you can see, they're swimming around very fast. I've had the cardinals for over a year, they've been fine. Had the all the Cory cats for over a year and they're fine, and all the shrimp. So that was really unexpected, and it's weird because I like to have show fish in my tank. I like to have a pair of nice coloured fish. In my old 15 gallon I had a pair of swordtails, and they both jumped out, and they managed to jump out of a gap about that big, which was completely unbelievable, and they jumped out within a space of 2 weeks from each other. Then after those I got a pair of dwarf gouramis. They both died of a parasite called Causticia, which they contracted in the pet store, and these apistogrammas have both died relatively quickly. But I've tested the water, and the water seems absolutely fine, so I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So I suppose when I find the body I might see something wrong with it, but it was just really unexpected, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. But apart from that, all the other fish are doing fine. As you can see, they're just swimming around, and all the plants are doing really great. Update on this Indian red lily bulb. I mentioned when I planted the Indian red lily over here, the bulb actually detached from the plant itself. And I just planted the bulb here, and within a few weeks there's actually leaves coming up, so I should have another Indian red lily over this side just as big as that in a month or so. So I'm really pleased with that plant. It's been doing really well, and as always the plants are looking great in this tank. So now we're going to go outside and I'll show you the tank I've got outside. Okay, so we're out in the garden now and you can see the pond over there, but what I really wanted to show you is the old 15 gallon. I've just got it placed in the shade over there, and I filled this up about 2 weeks ago. I dirted it. The dirt has peat in it as well, and only a week ago I put some duckweed on the surface, and this duckweed has just about doubled in amount in just a week, so I'm really happy about that. And I'm waiting for this to kind of take over half of the tank, and then that should hopefully bring the nutrient levels down. But in 2 weeks the water has stayed pretty clear. There's a bit of algae on the glass, but that's easy to take care of, and if I wanted, because it's outside and there's no fish in it, I could completely drain the tank onto the grass and completely refill it. So once I clean the fish tank today upstairs, I'm going to take some plants out of there like stargrass, maybe some Riccia Fluitans, and plant them out here. And I just want to see how well they do, because Dustin's fish tanks has had a lot of success with this in the past. I saw his video where he was growing baby tears outside, and that just went absolutely crazy. So I might give that a try. But I actually tried this 2 years ago, and I made the mistake of putting the tank over there in direct sunlight, and in summer that spot gets direct sunlight from 11 in the morning to 9 at night. So that's far too much direct sunlight, and it soon got very bad algae problems. So over here it only gets direct sunlight for about 3 hours a day, because the sun rises over there and it goes down over there, but where we live the sun never gets directly high in the sky, like 90 degrees to the ground. That's just because where we are on the planet, but yeah, this is a great position for it, because it only gets a few hours of direct sunlight. So yeah, I'm going to be putting some aquatic plants out here very soon. I'll probably make a video of that for you, and I'll show you what plants I'm putting out. I'll do regular updates, and yeah, I'll keep you updated on that. I was surprised on the amount of enthusiasm I had about the pumpkins. People were wanting to know about how well they were doing, and they've actually grew a bit bigger since the last video. They've got a few more leaves, and due to the amount of wet weather we've had lately, it's just been raining all the time. This is probably one of the first nice days we've had, but due to the wet weather it got a few yellow leaves, and I had to pull those off today. I've just got them over there. But yeah, these plants are doing great, and this one has actually started flowering. So if I go down here, I'll show you the flowers, and there's 2 yellow flowers just ready to come out, and the flowers, once fertilised, will actually become the pumpkins. I think yellow flowers come out first. I think they're the male, and then purple flowers come out afterwards, and they're the female. And if they're fertilised, which I can do with cotton buds, they'll actually turn into the pumpkins. The flowers will die off, and the pumpkins will grow underneath them. If anyone's into gardening, obviously you can correct us on that if I'm wrong. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm happy with how they're doing, considering I grew these from seed. And yeah, doing really well. The vegetable patch over here isn't doing well at all. I'm considering just filling this up with compost and putting grass seed down and just forgetting about it, because so far all that's came up is weeds, and because of the amount of wet weather we've been having, the seeds haven't been germinating. So I think I'm just going to cover this up with compost and just put some grass seed down, just because it's been too wet for them lately, and I think I'll focus on the pumpkins a bit more. I like growing are pumpkins fruits or vegetables? Leave that in the comments if you know. But yeah, I like growing big plants like that. And quick update on the pond, all the fish are doing fine. The goldfish fry, some people have been asking why I'm not taking them inside. I'm actually going on holiday very soon, in 1 or 2 weeks I think. I'm going to Italy for a week. So yeah, if I took them inside, I'd have no way to feed them while I'm on holiday, and I'd have to rely on my sister, and she's not very good with feeding fish. She's actually scared of fish, so yeah, I'm leaving them outside in the pond. I hope they do well, and when I get back, see how many's left, and then I'll take them inside. I'll probably be ordering the solar powered pump today, and it should arrive in about 4 days time, so I'll make a video on that when that comes. So thanks a lot for watching. If you've got this far in the video, I'd really appreciate comments and a like. Bye.